and welcome to KD's Business Tips. Glad to be with you. Michael Lapede here. We're going to talk about what businesses need to do as we approach that year end. Now, there is a difference between your fiscal year end. If you're incorporated, you might have a different year end than the calendar year. But either way, there are lots of things you do. As we approach that last month of the year, we must take steps in order to wrap up our year properly and make sure we're prepared for the next year. So some of the things you might want to review, for example, is your documents, your records. Are they in good order? Do you need to clean anything up in the new year? CRA has been very lenient for the last while, but that could be changing in the near future. You want to make sure you have your documents in a row. You can review your business documentation. Do you have contracts in place? Maybe your accounting records, and clean up so that we can prepare for a fresh start. Now, if you're fiscal year or calendar year, you want to prepare for that fresh start. You got to wrap things up to move on to the next year. We need to prepare our tax documents as well, specifically. So take a look back. Have you actually done some tax planning? Remember, we talk a lot about tax planning. You have to do tax planning in advance. There's only so many things you can do after, but there is a lot you can do when you plan in advance. Have you done everything that was part of your plan for the year, whether it be financial or tax? Is there any other further savings before we get to the year end? Maybe making donations and things like that. And then also, we got to start thinking of planning for the next year. So as we're gathering that data from the prior year, start thinking about planning for next year. There are some questions that you may need to answer. Now, be sure to consult with a professional if you need help. We're available, of course, anytime you need us. Now, you also might want to review your structuring at the end of the year, because making changes to your structuring, your business structuring, is important typically to do before year end. Some people need to dissolve. Some people want us to set up a trust. Some people want to set up a holding company. Some people want to add shareholders. A lot of times it's best to do that before your year end. Take some time to look at your structure as well. Set goals then. After we're done all that, we're going to start looking at the new year. Set your goals. Evaluate the business as a whole. What works? What's worked this year? I'm going to tell you that everybody says experience is the best teacher. No. Evaluated experience is the best teacher. So evaluate your experience for the year. Evaluate the year. What was working? What didn't work? What needs to be tweaked? And as you reflect on these things, you can start setting your goals for the next year and put them in writing. Make sure they're tangible. Make sure they're real. Make sure they're in writing. And we head into the new year. If you got any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Please post in the comments below. Thanks for being a part of our Business Tips, and we'll see you in the next video.